This has been amazing just to be behind the scenes and see how we have put this together.
Don't you think we're going to have like a surreal moment here?
My background is in broadcast journalism.
So I'm used to sitting down, getting those stories told. And not only am I excited for what's happening on the track, but also what's happening off the track.
I just don't feel like our sport has had that opportunity.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Reaction Time. I'm Kayla Zadell. From first-time winners to shocking non-qualifiers, drag racing was in full effect this past weekend. In Las Vegas, Tony Stewart, Austin Prock, and Dallas Glenn emerged as victors of the NHRA 4-wide Nationals. And then in Texas, Shawn Ellington, also known as Murder Nova, had a big weekend and picked up his first Pro Mod win. And before we get into those highlights, let's hear from our friends at Drag Race Bracket Bonanza.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
Well, the Midwest Drag Racing Series season officially started this past weekend at Xtreme Raceway Park in Ferris, Texas, with the Xtreme Texas Nationals. And that's where Shawn Murder Nova Ellington raced to his first win in Pro Mod. In the final round, Murder Nova outpaced Ron Munix, who was having some trouble after leaving the starting line, you can see there. Ellington clocked a 360 and his Keith Haney-owned 69 Camaro. And he also claimed the #1 qualifying position as well. So he went wire to wire there. And then an Xtreme Pro Mod #1 qualifier, Freaky Madman Taylor, locked up the win when his final round opponent, Bubba Stanton, went red. So congrats to everybody there at the Xtreme Texas Nationals who all picked up wins. And then coming up after this break, we're going to have highlights from the NHRA 4-wide Nationals in Sin City.
Welcome to the 1600, Burromax's newest model. This bike can reach up to 32 miles per hour. Let's get a rundown of all the features. This bike has a lithium-ion battery, can hold up to a 6'4", 350-pound rider. Super bright LED lighting, also has 4 different modes to adjust the speed. Get yourself one of our other models and ride with your friends. You won't regret it.
So the Mission Foods NHRA Drag Racing Series had its first of 3 4-wide events this past weekend. It was a hot and some could say shocking weekend at the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where Alexis DeJoria did not qualify a Nitro Funny Car, and it was the first time in over 8 years that Erica Enders failed to make the field in Pro Stock. However, Tony Stewart finally found the winner's circle for the first time in Top Fuel. Let's take a look at the final round.
I think Tony Stewart respects the fact that he knows that Justin Ashley's right alongside. We know what happened to Duncoletta the last time somebody was next to Justin Ashley.
They pile off into the afternoon. Ashley's got cylinders out. Explosion for Salinas. Explosion for Brown. It's Tony Stewart. Stewart wins in a totally chaotic final. 387 to 317. He's broken through. Tony Stewart's passion for the sport of NHRA drag racing is something that is truly undeniable. At this track, about 1.5 years ago, or 2 years ago, you got your first walleye behind the wheel of an alcohol dragster. It's almost fitting that the big one comes today here in Vegas. Tony, the struggles you've had, over the last 1.5 years have almost made this even sweeter. What's the emotion you're feeling right now?
I think you sure as hell learn to appreciate it more when you struggle like that. But man, I'm so appreciative of our guys, and like I said, we got Kevin Rudine and his family here. Race, you did this one for us today, buddy. This is all you. But it's the highest of highs and lowest of lows. Our Rush Truck Center's family, Rusty Rush, we lost his wife Jenny this week, and then literally 15 minutes before we rolled out for the final here, I got a message from Bakersfield, California, from a friend of mine, Brian Landgraf, and we just lost his father. So I heard Dallas Glenn talking about it too. We've lost a lot of people this week, and it's been tough. But my God, I am so proud of our guys. Dodge, Direct Connection, Race Rudine Foundation, Renai, everybody at Mobile 1J, thank you so much. Just so many great partners here. I got a great teammate standing there. I have a feeling I'm going to be really hurting in the morning here, but it's going to sure as hell be worth it.
Congratulations, Tony.
Thank you.
And now in Funny Car, the reigning champ Austin Prock landed in victory lane for the first time this season. Here's how his 4-wide race played out.
Finish line stripe. Austin Prock drives his way down to a 4:009 at 316 miles an hour, and Prock is back in the winner's circle. The second place finisher is Paul Lee at 4:042, 311. That moment in time we have expected all season long has come to fruition in Las Vegas.
Well, the title defense for Austin Prock is back in full effect. You know, it's been a struggle early for you in the year, and you've wore those emotions on your shoulder. The consistency that you guys have searched for, it looks like you guys have finally found it. Congratulations.
Well, man, we're getting close, that's for sure. This Prock rocket ain't perfect yet, but it's heading in the right direction, and that's what we need to be proud about right now. That was an ugly win, but like I said earlier this morning, if they were ugly all day, but the win light was coming on, I didn't give a crap. So really proud of this John Force Racing team. I love having John Force out at the racetrack. He just gasses you up every time you get in one of these, and he told me he was proud of me this week, and that means a lot. So really proud to drive this Cornwell Tools Chevrolet SS with HendrickCars.com, Power Solar, Graham Rahal Performance GRP. Having them on board is just so cool. Hopefully Graham's doing good in his race, and hopefully Kyle Larson can get a dub too. Woo!
And in Pro Stock, Las Vegas continues to be very good to Dallas Glenn as he won against his final quad. This is what happened.
Best reaction time is Matt Latino at 0:18. Look at this. This is a classic final round, a sprint to the finish line stripe. And the win light is Dallas Glenn on a hole shot. 6:64.9 at 206 miles per hour. Dallas Glenn gets it done. Matt Hartford comes in second at 6:63.8.
Dallas Glenn trying to double up here this weekend. You had the performance that round. You had the entire quad covered by 6/100ths of a second. Where does that performance come from?
We didn't really make that good run because of my mistake on the last one. So that was a really nice run. We've been picking away at it the whole weekend. We've been knocking on the doorstep, and I think we just laid a pretty good one down there. Greg still definitely got the car to beat, so I'm going to have to step it up, but I think we got something for him in the final.
And congrats to all the winners at the NHRA 4-wide Nationals. Also making headlines on Sunday, SCAG Racing announced its venture into pro mod racing with former MMA fighter Randy Couture. Couture, a 6-time UFC champion, commentator, actor, and former U.S. Army sergeant, said, "It's not something I ever saw myself doing. This is a new way to tickle that competitive spirit that I've had most of my life, a new place for me to get competitive and make a mark in racing." Now, SCAG Racing will be revealing Couture's pro mod at the Route 66 NHRA Nationals in Gillette, Illinois, before he makes his competition debut at the Virginia NHRA Nationals, For the full statement and more details, check out dragillustrated.com. And now, before we wrap up, Rockingham Dragway had its first pro mods at the Rock, which was part of SICK at the Rock. And taking home the win in Pro Mod was Scott Lang in his Pro Charged 2018 Camaro. He faced off against Mike Hollywood Decker III in the final round, but laid down a 363 to Decker's 385. So guys, thanks for tuning in. There will be no reaction time next week as we celebrate Easter, so happy early Easter from me to you. And as always, stay tuned to Drag Illustrated's socials and dragillustrated.com for the latest updates. I'm Kayla Zadell, and this is Reaction Time.